Hi students, how are you? I hope you all will be fine. Now, this video is about our new chapter, the poem in our course book. The title of chapter is Invictus. Our poem was written by William Ernest Henley. William Ernest Henley, born in 1849 and died in 1903. He was a famous poet, critic, and editor of the late Victorian era in England. He was one of the famous English poet and critic and editor of late Victorian period in England. He suffered a tubercular infection when he was in his early 20s. When he was at his age of early 20s, he was suffered with a tubercular. That means a disease caused by bacteria in lungs. Okay. This resulted in an amputation of a leg below the knee. So he had to remove the leg below the knee. Henley was in a great pain for 20 months and he wrote Invictus and other poems during this time. When he was taking rest with the great pain of this removal, this surgery, about 20 months, that time he wrote these poems, Invictus and other poems. Okay? Yeah. Then come to our new poem, Invictus. Invictus is a Latin word for unconquerable, invincible, undefeated. Invictus means unconquerable, that nobody can conquer it. Invincible and undefeated, never can be defeated. Okay. The theme of the poem is to find the strength to overcome problems and difficulties. To find the strength to overcome every problem and difficulties of ourselves. The speaker gives thanks for his unconquerable soul. He was thanking for his unconquerable soul because although he suffers a great injury, he was suffering a great injury, he does not give up. He does not give up to his life. He was fighting and he was surviving. So he was thanking for his unconquerable and undefeated soul. Okay, I think brief of the poem is very clear. Yeah. Okay. Then Invictus, undefeated. Out of the night that covers me, coming out of the night which is full of darkness, and it covers me and the all of the world, black as the pit from the pole to pole. Pit means coal mine. Yeah, the night is black as the pit from the pole to top, pole to pole. Here pole to pole means from top to bottom, everywhere. Okay, that means everywhere. So black, the night is black as the coal mine of everywhere. Okay, the night is very black and it is everywhere. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. I am thanking the God, whatever it may be. Because there are different kinds of religion and they have their own different kinds of gods. So I thanks the God, whatever it may be, for giving me this unconquerable and undefeated soul. Okay. Then first paragraph is clear. Yeah. Next, in the fell clutch of circumstance. Fell clutch means deadly grip. Circumstance, an event or fact that caused something to happen. Situation. In the fell clutch of circumstance. In the situation of deadly grip. I have not winced nor cried aloud. Winced means made shrinking movement of the body out of pain or distress. When we will have a very lot of pain, we will move our body, we will shriek our body. Yeah. So here, in the fell clutch of circumstance, in this situation of deadly grip, the heavy pain, I have not winced. I never made a shrink, never made a move for my body, nor cried aloud. I never made a cry Under the bloodguionings of chance. Bloodguionings means beating done with a thick stick or any heavy object. Yeah, bloodguioning means beating by heavy stick or heavy things. So, under the bloodguionings of chance, when the time is beating me with heavy stick, my head is bloody. Because of the time beating me with heavy stick, my head became bloody. There is full of blood everywhere in my head, but unbowed. But I didn't defeated for this pain. I didn't accepted the defeat for the pain that I am suffering. Okay, then second paragraph also is clear. Yeah, that means whenever the time is making me very injurious, very pain, I never accept it. I never feel the pain. I was surviving it. I was fighting to my pain and the disease I am suffering. Okay, then next paragraph. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade. Beyond this place of wrath. Wrath means great anger. Beyond this place of anger and tears looms to appear. Okay, the place where great anger and the tears appearing. Beyond this place, but the horror of the shade, the horror of the death. Shade here is death. This all is here, that danger is here, anger is here, tears are appearing, and the horror of death is present. Everything is here, but I am just beyond of everything. I am not maintaining this. I am never maintaining this all. And yet the menace of the years finds. Menace here, a person or thing that is likely to cause harm. Something harming us. And yet the menace of the years, the harming of years, that means this disease, tuberculosis, that is affected by this poet, speaker, it is harming him for years, and the shade of the death, horror of death is harming him, and the tears is appearing in his eyes, and the place of anger is there. Everything is here, but finds and shall find me unafraid. But this all can find me as unafraid. I am not afraid of this harming of years, horror of death, tears, and a place of anger. Everything is here, but they cannot find me afraid. They will find me only unafraid. Okay, yeah. Then last paragraph. It matters not how straight the gate. It is not a matter how straight means narrow. How narrow this gate. It is not a matter how charged with punishment this scroll. How charged with punishment this scroll means here what happens to him in life. It doesn't matter how narrow this gate and what will happen in the life. I am the master of my fate. Whatever happen for the life, however being the gate, it is not a matter, but I am the master of my fate. Fate means an event in someone's life that will happen to them no matter what they do. They have no control over them. Yeah, our life is a fact that we cannot control us. God only make it decision, and we have to accept it. So I am the master of my fates. Whatever happening to my life, I am the master of that happenings. I am the captain of my soul. I am the captain of my soul. That means I will lead myself. I will lead my soul. I will order my soul, and I am managing myself. Okay, then is it clear? In short, the poem is about he is suffering from a great pain, but he is not ready to defeat for that disease. He is saying, I will survive my disease. I will survive my this tuberculosis. I am thanking to God for giving me this unconquerable, undefeated soul, because I am fighting to everything, every pain, every situation, every chances, every danger, every death, and every harmings. Everything is there, but they cannot find me afraid. I am not afraid of this all. I am fighting against them, and whatever will happen to my life, I never mind it, because I am the master of my fate. I am the master of what happening to my life, and I will lead my life. Nobody can else do this. Okay, this was the brief of the poem. Is it clear? I hope it is very clear for you. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, good. Okay, then next we can go through the comprehension. Are you ready? Very simple comprehensions are there, only something. Okay, then first we have answer these questions. The first one, what is the speaker thankful for? Yeah, he was thankful to the God for his unconquerable soul. Okay, then second one, what makes it clear that the speaker will not give up? Choose lines from the poem to support your answer. Okay, what makes it clear? What lines from this poem making clear that speaker will not give up? Yeah, the last line of the first stanza. Okay, describe his soul as unconquerable, implying that he would not give up very easily. The last line of the second stanza also mention his head to be unbowed. He never defeat it. He never accept the defeat. In the third stanza, in the last line, he speaks of himself as unafraid. And the last two lines of the last stanza also saying he was the master of his fate and he is the captain of his soul. These all are giving, making clear that he never will give up. Okay. Then third one, what does the speaker say about his attitude even when he grows older? Yeah, the speaker says that even in his old age, he will remain unafraid. Okay. Then last one, yes, do you think the speaker has the strength of a hero? If so, why? We can think that the speaker has the strength of a hero because he does not give up even when he faced with great difficulties. He is still fighting and surviving. And also he was saying he will survive again. Okay. Yeah, that's why we can think the speaker is like a hero. Okay, then next, read these lines from the poem and answer the questions. First one, under the blood groanings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Okay, do you think the speaker has suffered mentally or physically? It's clear the speaker have suffered both physically and mentally. Physically, he was suffering from tuberculosis, and that's why he was suffered some mental problem, but he survived everything. Okay, and B, how does he feel about how he overcome his troubles? Really, he takes pride in the fact that he managed to show great courage during all these years. When he neither winced nor cried aloud, he also thanks God for saving his unconquerable soul. He was not complaining, but he was thanking. Okay. Second one, I am the master of my fate, I am the captain of my soul. Do you think that the speaker believes in what he or she is saying? How do you know? Yeah, here the speaker believes in what he says. The speaker shows great courage and that will to fight. This is what he repeats in each stanza of the poem. Yeah, okay. Then B, these lines sum up what the speaker is trying to say in the poem. How do they do so? Okay, the last two lines of the poem, it is the main message of the core message of this poem. I am the master of my soul and my fate, and I am the captain of my soul. The speaker is bold and declares his unwillingness to give up easily. He was not ready to give up easily. He prefers to fight till the very end of his life. He is ready to fight until the end of his life. And he says that he alone has the power to decide his fate. He alone has to led his soul, his mind to the success, that he will choose what his life will be like, and that he fight to make sure he lives as a good life. Okay, that's only good. Then last one, C, answer these questions. Alliteration is a technique where words that are next to each other or close together start with the same letter or the same sound. Identify the alliteration in the second stanza. Yeah, alliteration means it's a technique of English language, English words, where words that are next to each other or close together start with the same letter. Some words in a sentence, sometimes it may be very next to each other or very close together, then it will start with same letter or same sound. Okay, then we have to find something like that alliteration in this poem. So please look in the second stanza. In the fell clutch of circumstance. In the fell clutch of circumstance. Here, clutch starting with C and circumstance starting with C. It's a one kind of alliteration. And another, the last line of second stanza. My head is bloody but unbowed. Here, bloody but, both are very close together and start with B. Okay, this is an example of alliteration in this poem. Like that alliteration we can find in some other literatures. Okay, then this called the two words each other next to each other or very close are starting with the same letter or same sound called alliteration. Is it clear? Okay, good. And the next one, something like alliteration is metaphor. That means in the first line of the poem, night is the metaphor for the speaker's pain and suffering. Okay, yeah, you can see there in the poem, out of the night that covers me as black as the pit from the pole to pole. Here we said that night is full of covering entire body and entire world, full of night. That means my body is full of pain. I am suffering from pain, full of my body. Okay, here the word night used to give the meaning of pain. Okay, because pain also will be very strong and night is very dark. Just making some comparison. Okay, a metaphor is an expression that describe a person or object by comparing it to something that is similar. For example, a city as a jungle. A metaphor is to express something or describe something using another word having a similarity with it. Okay, for example, city, jungle, like that. Here pain just compared by night. Okay, like that words called metaphor. Okay, we have some, come up with metaphors of your own of these things. We have here some words, 5 words. We have to make some metaphor with it. Come up with some metaphors. Hair, her hair was a stream of ink. Her hair was a stream of ink. Here ink is a metaphor of hair. Okay, like that we can find a metaphor for wine, ocean, grass and ace also. Very simple, yeah. I hope you will get it and it's very clear for you. So please complete every activity using the file in ETLab. Okay, then thank you for listening to the class. Thank you all.